Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Fasasi Kazim Adiola. Today's topic will be centered on three-column cash book. In our previous video, we have looked at a cash book. We said there are three classifications of cash book. We have single-column cash book, which has been treated in the previous video. We have two-column cash book. It has been treated in previous video. Today, we'll be looking at three-column cash book. The next is to say, what is three-column cash book? Three-column cash book can be defined as cash book which include discount, cash, and bank on debit and credit side. Three-column cash book is one of the cash book that include discount, cash, and bank on debit and credit side of the cash book. Today we will look at cash discount. What is cash discount? Cash discount can be defined as discount or allowance given to customer in order to encourage prompt payment. Cash discount is a type of discount given to customer to encourage such customer to pay within a short period of time. For example, if goods are sold on credit to customer, as you all know, some customer will be giving you, I'll pay in 2 weeks time. Some from 2 weeks, they'll tell you, come in 1 month's time. After 1 month, some will tell you, come in 6 months time. And as this customer are tying your capital down, it can affect the business. In that case, the only way to collect money within a short period of time is to encourage those customers with discount. How? You can say, well, if you can pay within 5 days, you'll be giving 10% discount. For example, if I sold goods of 100,000 to you on credit, and you promise to pay in 1 month, 2 months, and you don't have good credit worthiness, I can decide to say, well, if you can pay within 7 days, I'm giving you 10% discount. Due to that 10% discount, you will decide to pay within a short period of time because you know you are enjoying 10,000 naira discount. You will now pay 90,000. Now, to encourage your customer to pay within a short period of time, try and give them a cash discount. But if you don't pay within the stipulated time given, you will pay the full amount. This will encourage your customer to pay within a short period of time. Now, the cash discount, which is used, or we use it to encourage customer to pay within a short period of time, is classified into two. Cash discount is classified into two. Classification of cash discounts. We have one, we have discount allow, and we also have two, we have a discount received. That's the two classification of cash discount. And what is discount allow? And also, what is discount receive? We said discount allow is a discount given to customer for prompt payment. Discount allow is a loss to an organization or to a business entity. Also, discount allow is on debit side of 3-column cash book. Is on debit side of 3-column cash book. And corresponding credit entry in individual suppliers account. Discount allow is a discount given to customer for prompt payment, and this discount allow is a loss to a business entity. Reason that if you want a customer to pay 100,000 and you give such customer 10,000 naira discount, it means the customer will pay 90,000 instead of 100,000, which means you are losing 10,000 naira. That's what we said is a loss to business entity. And discount allow is always on the debit side of 3-column cash book. And the corresponding credit entry to individual customers account. So individual customers what? Account. In that case, what's discount receive? There's discount allow. Discount receive is a discount receive from a supplier for prompt payment. Discount receive is a gain or income to business entity. Discount receive is on credit side of 3-column cash book. And corresponding debit entry in individual suppliers account. Now this is discount allow. Discount allow is always on the debit side of three-column cash book. While discount receive is always on the credit side of three-column. The corresponding entry of discount allow to observe double entry is always on the credit entry in the individual customer's account, while the corresponding entry of discount receive is always on the debit entry in individual supplier's account, which means discount receive is a discount received from the supplier, while discount allow is a discount given to our customer. It's a discount given to our customer. While discount allow is a loss to a business, discount receive is a gain to a business entity. Now let's look at the business of today, which is the three-column cash book. Let's look at a practical question and how a three-column cash book is being prepared. Watching our previous video on single column and two column cash book, we help students to have better understanding of three column cash book. But today we'll be looking at three column cash book and we'll be solving a practical question. Record the following transaction in three column cash book of AMSI Venture. Today we'll be looking at the book of AMSI Venture. Book of AMSI Venture, I'll be preparing three column cash book. The title, it has debit, it has credit. We now give it title, three column cash book for the month. For the month 31st January 2018. It has column for date. It has column for particular. It has column for discount allowed. It has column for cash. At the same time, it has column for bank. On the credit side, of the three column cash book, it has column for date. It has column for particular. It has column for discount receive. It has column for cash. At the same time, it has column for bank. We'll put the Naira sign. Now, this is the format of a three column cash book. A three column cash book is a cash book that has a column for discount allow on debit, cash, bank. On the credit side, it has column for discount receive, cash, bank. Now, let's start posting in the three column cash book. The debit side of the three column cash book is for inflow, while the credit side of the three column cash book is for outflow. What does this mean? Anytime you are making payment, the payment of either through cash or bank is posted to the credit side. Anytime you have an inflow of money, either through cash or through bank, you post it on debit side. The debit side is for receipt, inflow of money. The credit side is for payment, outflow of money. Let's start the posting. one after the other. Let's look at the first one. Said January 1st, commence business with 50,000 naira cash. You see, I've underlined the cash. Commence business with 50,000 naira cash, which means 50,000 naira cash is introduced into AMZI Venture. What do? You debit. January 1st. How much? 50,000 inflow of cash into AMZI Venture. What will be in the particular? The particular will be commence. I will say anytime you see the word commence, what you are going to put there is capital. That's the particular. Please note, I'm not recording for capital. What I'm recording for is 50,000 naira cash into AMZI Venture. Who introduced the money into AMZI Venture? That's the name, the owner of the business. And the owner of the business is represented with a capital. And this capital, where do we get it from? From the word commence. Even if the right introduce, what you see have here is capital, meaning there's inflow of money into the business through cash. Now, the question I'll go further and said, of which 20,000 was transferred into bank. Out of this 50,000 now, 20,000 is transferred into the bank account of AMZI Venture. That's an inflow into the bank. Let's look at the way we are going to post it. On the same first, there's inflow of this 50,000 into bank. How much? 20,000. Now, what was transferred into the bank was what? Was cash. Or something is missing. That's the folio. The folio is missing in the format. I think I will need to include the folio column in the format. We have to include the folio column. Now this is a particular. We are also going to include the folio column here. We have to manage the board. This is folio. And this is a capital. Now this is cash, of which 20,000 naira was transferred into the what? Bank. Now out of 50,000 naira cash, the business has opened a bank account, and out of this 50,000 they transfer 20,000. Now if you leave it like this, you are wrong. Reason is this: 50,000 cash into the business. Out of the 50,000, 20,000 into the bank. This is showing 70,000 in the business. Whereas what is still inside the business is 50,000. It means we have to do this using contra what? Entry. Into the bank. Into the bank. Cash into the bank. Meaning we have to come here and say January what? First. This is bank. C. Contra entry. Now, we have done that through contra entry by saying cash paid into the bank. Debit your bank. Credit your cash. In practice, what is this? There's 50,000 cash into the business of AMZI. Inside the 50,000, they open a bank account and transfer 20,000 into the bank. Meaning what is remaining here indirectly is 30,000. That's what we have to do using contra what? Entry. Debit bank, inflow. Credit cash, outflow. 20,000 minus 50,000. What will be left is 30,000 in cash, 20,000 in bank. Meaning the business still indirectly have 50,000 naira. We have to use contra what? Entry to cancel 20,000 out of cash and put 20,000 inside the bank account. Let's move forward. This has been recorded as contra entry. Paid rent by check. This is payment. Payments are recorded on the credit side. What did they pay with? Check. Meaning check is going out. Credit. What will be your particular? Rent. Meaning 10,000 is going out of the bank account as a result of what? Rent. Rent will be the particular. On the 5th, bought goods on credit from Ola, 20,000 naira, and Chima, 30,000 naira. Once goods are bought on credit, They are not meant for 3-column cash book. All transaction inside the cash book must be a cash or a check transaction. Once the transaction is on credit, it is not for cash book. In that case, we need to jump January 5th, but we'll not jump it because there's a condition. What was the condition? Deduct 10% cash discount if payment is made within 5 days. Meaning, if these people are paid within 5 days, let's count 5 days: January 5, January 6, January 7, January 8, January 9. If payments were made between January 5 to January 9, we are going to enjoy a 10% discount, meaning AMZI Venture will enjoy 10% discount. But if payment is made outside January 9, AMZI Venture will not enjoy any discount. It's going to pay in full. Meaning we have to join that transaction because it's on credit. But this condition, we have to look for it before the question ends. On January 7, bought equipment by cash. There's a payment for equipment, meaning cash is going out. They are paying for cash, and this is the payment side. Now, we are going to say January 7, what did they pay for? They paid for equipment. How much is the equipment? 8,000 by cash. January 9. Now, let's look at January 9 with key interest. Paid Ola by check. You see that there's no any amount at the front. The reason why there's no amount at the front is that they are telling us to go back to January 5. On January 5, goods were bought on credit from Ola and Chima. And there's a condition that said, if payment is made within what? 5 days, and the 5 days lapse on January 9. If January 9, payment lapse on January 9, and payment was made, in that case, let's first do this. Payment by check. Who did they pay to? Ola. Now, let me give you a trick. If you are recording a transaction on credit side, and the transaction has a discount, the discounts will follow it to the same side. The discount follow it to the same side. Meaning you can't put the transaction on credit side and put the discount on debit side. In that case, we are putting this transaction on credit side. Paid Ola by check. In that case, how much are they supposed to pay Ola? They're supposed to pay Ola 20,000. But there's a condition that if payment is made within 5 days, AMZI Venture will enjoy a discount. We receive a discount of 10%. Now, payment has been made to Ola within 5 days. There's 10% discount. We now say 10% of 20,000, that is 2,000. 2,000 minus 20,000 by check, that is 18,000. Have you seen it? We have said 10% of 20,000, and that has given us 2,000. Instead of paying 20,000 now, AMZI Venture will not pay 20,000. They have received a discount of 2,000. That's 2,000 minus 20,000. They will now pay Ola 18,000. That's why we said this again. Because instead of paying 20,000, they paid 18,000 and enjoying 10% of what? 2,000. Let's move forward. On the 15th, sold goods by cash. There's a sales by cash on the 15th. Sold goods and received cash. How much cash did they receive? A cash of 60,000 naira. On the 18th, cash till. What's the meaning of cash till? Cash till means cash paid into bank. Cash paid into bank. And that's contra entry. Where did they pay to? Into bank. On the 18th. The T there means 25,000 naira was paid into bank. Through what? Through cash. Contra. We have debit bank, cash till, cash paid into bank. In that case, we have to do it twice and said bank under what? Cash. 25,000 naira. Cash till means cash paid into bank. Debit bank, credit what? Cash. That is contra entry. That's opposite. This one is a withdraw. The first one, the first contract itself, which 20,000 transfer into bank. This one too said cash T, cash paid into bank. On the 20, let's look at on the 20 with key interest. Paid Chima by cash. Who is Chima? Money is not there. Chima still refer to January 5th. This Chima here. Paid Chima. They bought goods of 30,000 naira from Chima on credit. It was not recorded. But payment to be recorded. But they said they paid within 5 days, they will enjoy a discount of 10%. When they paid Ola within 5 days, they enjoy discount of 10% of 2,000. But paying Chima on the 20 is more than 5 days. Meaning, Amzi was unable to fulfill that what condition. Meaning, you will not enjoy discount on Chima. Chima will be paid in full. How much? 30,000 naira. Let's move forward. That's Chima has been paid, but there's no discount because 5 days condition was not met. On the 25th, sold goods by cash. Sold goods by cash, 80,000. That's on the 25. Sold goods by cash, 80,000. But there is 2.5% discount. We have to do that mathematics. Let's do something rough here. There's a discount of 1 all over 2%. How do we do that? We'll say 2 times 2, that's 5. Sorry, 2 times 2, that's 4, plus 1, 5. All over these 2 here. But because it's in percentage, it will be over 200 times 80,000. What do we have? 5 over 200 times 80,000. What do we have? We have 2,000. On January 25, we have sold goods by cash 80,000. 2.5% cash discount. Now, sold goods by cash, money is coming in. We'll come here and see January 25 says, how much is it? It's 80,000, but there's a discount of 2.5. How do we do that? We have 1 all over 2%. We now say 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, 5 over 2. Because of the percentage, you put 200 times 80,000 naira. If you say 5 over 200 times 80,000 naira, it will be giving you a sum of 2,000 naira. That's the discount. Now, 2,000 naira minus 80,000 naira, we are going to have 78,000 naira. Now, look at this. Some people will say, why is it over 200? Let's say something like this. 1 over 2. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1. That is 5 over 2. This one does not have percentage. That's why it's 5 over 2. Let's look at this. 1 all over 3. 1 over 3%. This one will be 3 times 3, 9 plus 1. That's 10 over 3. But because there's percentage, it will be 10 over 300. In case you come across any fraction like this, this is the way you are going to simplify it. Now, let's move to the next transaction. The next transaction is bought goods by check. You are making payment for goods on the 30th. Bought goods there means purchases. How much is the goods? 100,000. There's 5% discount. 5% of 100,000 is 5,000 naira. 5,000 minus 100,000 by check, you have a sum of 95,000. And the last transaction there says paid salaries by check 30,000 naira. We have come to end of posting, and the next is for us to balance the 3-column cash book. How do we balance 3-column? On January 25, we have sold goods by cash 80,000, 2.5% cash discount. Now, sold goods by cash, money is coming in. We'll come here and see January 25 says, how much is it? It's 80,000, but there's a discount of 2.5. How do we do that? We have 2, 1 all over 2%. We now say 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, 5 over 2. Because of the percentage, you put 200 times 80,000 naira. If you say 5 over 200 times 80,000 naira, it will be giving you a sum of 2,000 naira. That's the discount. Now, 2,000 naira minus 80,000 naira, we are going to have 78,000 naira. Now, look at this. Some people will say, why is it over 200? Let's say something like this. 1 over 2. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1. That is 5 over 2. This one does not have percentage. That's why it's 5 over 2. Let's look at this. 1 all over 3. 3, 1 over 3%. This one will be 3 times 3, 9 plus 1. That's 10 over 3. But because there's percentage, it will be 10 over 300. In case you come across any fraction like this, this is the way you are going to simplify it. Now, let's move to the next transaction. The next transaction is bought goods by check. You are making payment for goods on the 30th. Bought goods there means purchases. How much is the goods? 100,000. There's 5% discount. 5% of 100,000 is 5,000 naira. 5,000 minus 100,000 by check, you have a sum of 95,000. And the last transaction there says paid salaries by check 30,000 naira. We have come to end of posting, and the next is for us to balance the 3-column cash book. Well, the next is to balance the 3-column cash book. How do we balance 3-column cash book? Let's start with cash. The debit side of cash is 50 plus 60, that's 110, plus 78, that's 188,000. The credit side is 20 plus 8,000, that's 28, plus 25, that's 53,000. Now, the next is, where's the lower side? The lower side of the cash is the credit side. That's where we have the balance carried down. In that case, we will come here and say balance carried down. What's the balance carried down? The balance carried down is the difference between the two. 188,000 minus 53,000, and that should be giving us 155,000. Now, that means the total inflow of cash is 188. The total payment of cash out is 53, giving them a balance carried down of 155,000. After balancing cash, let's see how we balance our bank. The debit side of bank is 45,000. Let's see the credit side of bank. For bank, please help us with calculator. This is 10 plus 30, 40, 40 plus 30, that's 70, 70 plus 18, that's 88,000, 88,000, 88 plus 5, that's 93, 93 plus 90, that's 183. This is 135 by our calculator. Now 183, the lower side is the debit side, meaning we are going to have the balance carried down of bank on the debit side. Why? The total of credit side of bank is higher than the total of debit side of bank. In that case, we'll minus the total of credit side from debit side, and that will give us our balance carry down. The balance carry down is always on the side that has the lowest amount. It's always on the side that has the lowest amount. In that case, what's the total here? Because the total of debit is 45. What's the total of credit side? Help us with calculator. 183. 183 minus 45,000. 138. Now, after getting the balance carry down of bank, the next is to close the account. Now, when closing the account, we add the discount together. The total discount received is 7,000, and the total discount allowed is 2,000. For cash, we have total of 188,000. How do we get that? Total of this. For bank, we add everything together plus balance carry down. We have 183,000. Here is 188, and this is 183,000. Now, if that is 31st of January, we'll now do this. Balance carry down of bank is on debit. We'll come here and say February 1st. Balance brought down dash. That's 138,000. For cash, we'll also come here and say February 1st. Balance brought down. How much is that? 135,000. Now, the question is this: what does this imply in practice? What this implies in practice is that for cash, they have a total inflow of 188 and they spend 53,000. It means they have a total cash balance in their account of 135,000 at the end of January business. For bank, they have a total inflow of 45,000 in January, but they spent 183,000. Is it possible? Yes. It means they have taken an overdraft of 138 from their bank. They've taken more than what they have in the bank. What they have in the bank was 45,000. What they spent is 183. They spent more than what they have in the bank. And what can allow them to spend more than with what they have in the bank is if they have applied for overdraft. Now, anytime you see the balance brought down of bank on the credit side, balance brought down of bank, if it is on debit side, it means bank overdraft. It means bank overdraft. Meaning this question, there is bank overdraft of 138,000. Anything that make bank balance to be on the credit side of the either 2-column cash book or 3-column cash book, it shows is an overdraft balance. In that case, in any question, if you are told that this question, the balance of bank is an overdraft balance or overdrawn balance, what they are trying to tell you is that the balance should be posted to the credit side. An overdraft balance of bank means the balance is on the credit side, meaning they are owing bank 138,000 and they have a cash balance in hand of 135,000. Make a judgment from the two balance. You have cash in hand of 135 and you are to pay back to bank 138,000. We have come to end of the 3-column cash book solution. I hope you understand this 3-column. Our next video will be on a petty cash book. Thanks for watching our video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to have more knowledge on introduction to financial accounting. Thank you.